Welcome in. Just kicking off a broadcast here to get the long-awaited first season going of Ice Dreams Hockey. So we have 10 confirmed owners that have met the requirements, and these are the team names. So the Vegas Stars, owned by Bernie, got Florida Ice Pirates, which is Buckshot's team, the Washington Clowns, Jamie, Bristol Bears, that's Midlife Crisis, Manchester. The wonderful MV will be having the Manchester Red Flames. Chicago Jets, owned by David Lando. Mass Ice Holes, that's Mike Silva's team. My team will be the Lehigh Lizards, as usual. Big Clue's got the St. Louis Hawks, and Jeff Hunter has the Edmonton Enforcers. So we're going to kick off the inaugural season with these 10 teams, and we're going to set it up where we have 5 teams in a division. So I'm just going to do a random, giving each team a number, and I'm going to flip a chart here, a lottery chart, and just go across with whoever team one is across to here and fill them in. Reason we're pulling this is just to get some of the league business going, and this will let me set up the initial file as we ponder dates then to reveal the years that we're going to draft from. So we have 3 segments of hockey from 1960 to 2019 that are about 20 seasons each. So we will end up drawing 3 seasons. And in the inaugural draft, each team will draft 2 from those 3 seasons, and only one team you draft can have a winning record. The other team must be a 500 or below as far as win loss. So without further ado, let's generate an order. I think we have the ability to play some music on this site, which I always love. So let's do that. Here we go. Pick one, going across. Who will be in Division 1? It's Manchester. Going across to Division 2, that will be the Clowns. The Florida Ice Pirates. Chicago. Pick 5, Bristol. Vegas. Pick 7, Mass. Pick 8, Edmonton. Pick 9, Lehigh. And pick 10 will be St. Louis. And there we go, folks. It's that simple. There are the divisions to kick things off. So, oh no. Oh, just the Pirates. No, Ice Pirates. I gotcha. We'll I'll fix that. Florida Pirates. Love it. So I'll fill all these in later. This is going to allow me to get the initial file set up. Bristol and Manchester from different sides of the pond. Yeah, perfect. And this is going to let me, while baseball finishes here in the next few weeks, give me some time to set up the file, let people start getting some logo ideas, putting it together. In the coming days, at some point, uh, with Co-Commissioner Clue, we'll decide when we draw the years, because what we're going to give is once we draw the 3 years, because of hockey and some of the research, we're going to give people plenty of time to research that before we ever figure out what the first draft order is going to look like. So, um, no, not draft order at all. This is just to figure out who's in what divisions. That'll be one of the last things we do is draft order, because our fear is if we announce the seasons and the draft order, everybody's off and running. And we want to just make sure that we kind of slow roll it a bit. And no, MV, we're not doing draft years. Um, this is the division alignment to start it off. And in the coming days, we'll figure out how to broadcast the years and give people plenty of time to go research. After they've had some time to research, then we'll announce right before the draft what the order is so that we don't, you know, get out in front of our skis or over our skis, as they say. Oh man. Look at this. Yeah, Buckshot's like draft starting at 1 p.m. No, we're not gonna. Sometimes we can move rather quickly with the league, which is fine. But in this one, we're gonna slow roll and take our time. But anyway, we've got our 10 teams to kick it off, which is good. So we're making traction. I'm going to get the file. So those of you on here, feel free in the Discord to put in any logos, anything you'd like, suggestions for that as I start getting team colors and logos together. Some of you already have. Will you do a dry run? No, I don't even, that sounds painful. I don't even know what that would even mean. A dry run. What are you saying, MV? People in this league don't know how we do things? A dry run. Not sure what MV is talking about. Example to give a taste. No, no, we're not. That's a waste of time. We want to do it for real. We don't need fake excitement. We need real excitement when we announce years, research, and the draft. Dry rub. Oh my gosh. Well, David's off running errands or something this morning. Otherwise, he'd be in here. But he knew what was going on. He's ready to go. So this will conclude a very short broadcast here. My goal is to get on here and do a little baseball in a couple hours. So more to come. I may make an announcement and do that. Give Bernie a break. But thanks for tuning in. Looking forward to this. And now I can start setting up the league file and getting that in order and thinking about a schedule and doing some of the behind the scenes stuff. So yes, keeper list max MV. Right now, I can tell you we're in consultation with some of the NHL SMEs that we have, and that the keeper list, I think where we're at with 18, I think we're probably at an overall roster of 20 something or whatever, looking at that. But the keeper list will be somewhere between 8 and 10 season to season. Somewhere between there is what we're engaged with hockey experts, Clue and I are, and are trying to determine that sweet spot. And we've already know what you're lobbying for, which is the more the merrier. And you love a 50% slice, which may or may not make any sense at all. Yes, midlife it is, and that's why I think 9. That's why we're between 8 and 10. 9 may be a perfect number. The other thing we're going to look at is, in hockey, you can have like 3 extra players that are on your roster that just you choose not to dress. Um, what we may do is just like in baseball, instead of having an extra 5 on a roster to cover for injuries, so that we don't have to worry about that nonsense during the season. Doing a similar thing here as well, making sure you instead of having a who dresses that day, just having like 21, for example, meaning you'd have those 3 extra bodies covered, um, to account for it. So 9, 9, 9. I know where you're going with that, MV. Um, for sure. But yeah, no, thanks for tuning in. But looking forward to this one. This one may be fun. I think this is one. I know Midlife said, he didn't even have the game and getting into it. This is the weakest of the 4 sports for me, in my knowledge. And I'm looking forward to the research that goes into this and learning a lot about some of the seasons and players and all that. And also trying to figure out what are the metrics that make sense, right? Like what are you looking for here within the game? Yeah, a lot of creativity here and strategy to set up lines and do things like that. Um, yeah, and we're looking to follow the same flow with the usage, different things like that. Although for season stuff, but the thing about hockey that's crazy is the in game, just paying attention. Yeah, the year ranges, Buckshot, are 1960 to 2019. So I think era one, that era is 1960 to 79. So we'll have a season between that. And then 1980 to 99, we'll have a season drawn from there. And then we'll have one post, or 2000 to 2019, a season from that era. And again, you'll have 3 eras to choose from. You'll pick 2 teams. Only one team can have a winning record. The other team must have a below 500 or 500 or below record, similar to what we do in football. And you can only pick one team from a given year. So fun stuff. So I'll be throwing more information out now that we've got some of the basics settled here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, see, and my knowledge is really probably in early to, well, mid 70s to about early 80s is my sweet spot with hockey. So, other than that, I've never really followed it as deep as I did back in those days when I was a kid and they had cards, hockey cards. Somebody mentioned that we should do something to keep MV from getting the first pick, but we know anytime he's had the first pick, it's never been like long-standing success. Maybe he gets his one good year out of the way and we never hear from him again. But yeah, we'll do the draft order will be revealed long after we reveal the season so people can go in and do research. I'll tell you what, midlife, the golf game, I'm the same. I used to when it first came out, I played it a lot. It is a great game, but I'm so busy doing different stuff with the other games. I never go in there and play it a lot either, but it is a great game, the golf game. The hockey one really is too. MV just got into it. Maybe MV can share with you. He's really enjoyed getting into the nuts and bolts and learning hockey, and he is enjoying the game. Jeff's played the game a lot uh, and has talked highly about it. I dabbled in it a couple years ago and really started digging and doing some trying to do franchise teams with that, like I do with the other sports, and I was having a blast with it. So, gentlemen, enjoy your Saturday. I'll be on a little bit later with some Field of Dreams baseball. So, hockey is off and running, baby steps.